What's good, everybody, and welcome. If it's your first time viewing, welcome back. If you're returning, I'm the Nappy Dreamer,
And I'm Kia Blaine,
and we are the
the
Melanin
Melanin
Mindset.
Mindset.
Friend,
Hmm?
tomorrow is 1 year since the first time we went live.
That's crazy. That went by so fast.
1 year, dude. What's good? I see the chat. Virtual hugs from Jimmy Blaine. He is our forever and always first person to say "Let's go" each week. We got
Okay.
Sarai saying, "Hey." We got a good evening, ladies. Oh Lord, my mama beat your mama, friend. I'm shocked. Hey, mom. So,
You hear me?
um, I hear you.
It's me. I'm having connection issues.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll fix it in a second. Hold on.
Okay, no problem. So, if it's your first time viewing, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Listen, find us out on YouTube, The Melanin Mindset, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Find us out on Facebook, The Melanin Mindset. We're on Instagram and Twitter, Melanin Mindset _. And we're out there on TikTok. Now, listen, if you're going to be judgmental, do not find your way to TikTok. Just know we are living our best life out there on
On
TikTok. I'm
TikTok.
guessing by that face, you could hear me, friend. Listen, our moms already know we live our best lives. And with that being said, nobody else's opinion truly matters. So, with that being said, don't find your way to TikTok. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. So, anywho, friend, do you want to tell them what we're going to be talking about tonight?
I certainly do. So tonight we're going to be talking about what women really want. And we are talking about this from a relationship standpoint. Because and this came about, y'all know I like to give you a little backstory, a little story time. This came about with a conversation with a gentleman where it just seemed like in his head, like his woman got him, so she should be in all bliss. She should be happy. Like that he is all she needs and everything in the world should just align and be perfect because I got you, babe.
Period.
Which y'all, I need y'all to help us move this conversation along. Y'all gonna have to chime in a lot on this one. But I wonder, and I definitely would. We probably ain't gonna get that many guys tonight. It's football season, but I would love for the gentlemen, if we have any, to speak on this. Like, what do men actually think women want? Like, do they think that like they're the beginning and end all? Like, once I have you, I am whole now. Like, is that a thing?
Friend, wasn't it a TikTok where it was like, women, what's your plan B if a man doesn't want to marry you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. What's my plan B?
Like,
Why
I'm
did
gonna be
you think me getting a
transparent.
man was my plan A?
Girl, I'm gonna be real with you, and I've told you this numerous times. I didn't see me getting married.
Mm-hmm.
I
Me
just
either.
didn't see it.
Me either.
You didn't see you or me, friend. You or
No,
me.
me. Probably look, neither one of us.
Oh man, listen. He said security, income, and a good lover. Listen.
Can't leave that one out, huh?
Yeah.
I like Stan's answer. We don't know. We don't know.
They don't know. They don't know. Because I don't know about you, friend. Jimmy, I'm about to come for you, brother. I don't know that the income is necessarily what I'm looking for in a man. I'm definitely like security is an added bonus, but I don't know that that is absolutely the reason behind it. The good lover part, yeah, that's nice to have that secured and under control. That area of life covered. But I just cannot say that I was seeking out my husband for security or even for the fact that he had any money in his pocket.
Like, friend, was you even seeking out your husband?
No.
Like, were you that little girl that they be depicting in the TV shows where you're like, I can't wait till I get married and I'm gonna have this, and you pretended you were married and had 2 kids and a dog? No,
not even a little bit. Friend, you know
8% of women, that's not what they was dreaming about.
You remember how my wedding went, how that situation played out. I didn't have opinions about too much or nothing. I just was kind
Mm-hmm.
of like, sure.
I
That was my response. Like, what
ain't got
colors do
nothing
you
else to do.
want?
Why not?
Sure. Like when my
Mm-hmm.
husband proposed to me, my response was sure. Why not? That
Look,
was
look, look,
my
look, look. When
answer.
I finish cooking, I'll give you a breakdown because my woman wants food. See, she wants food.
Hold up.
Please believe that this is always true.
Now
more
listen, I'm
than
with you on
more,
this
more
one.
than me wanting a good man, food probably comes. Good man comes second to food, and that's for
Hold
most
on.
women. I don't care if they scat, if they fat, skinny. We all like food.
Friend, let me give it up for Jimmy on this one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. All right. All right. So yes, his faith was important. That he had some type of faith, at least relative to the faith that I had. You know,
Yes.
because I'm gonna just be honest with you. I was not where I needed to be as far as faith was concerned. So I was a okay with somebody growing in my, in my walk,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
my walk I was still stumbling. So I
Mm-hmm.
was all right with somebody joining me on the journey. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I did not see that as my thing. Like I was like hashtag strong black woman. That was me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was strong black woman. I'ma hold me down. You know what I mean? And that was just, and I'm not saying that that's how you have to be, y'all, because another TikTok I saw, y'all, TikTok be schooling us, okay? Another
School
TikTok that I saw,
it aggravates me. I don't know if it school me more or aggravate me more. I get so aggravated at the
I
ignorant stuff
guess
I come across.
I guess it clues me in sometimes. It clues me in. Blah, blah, blah. Words are hard. It clues
Mm-hmm.
me in sometimes on different ways to look at situations. You know what I'm saying? One
Yeah.
lady said, I am not a strong black woman. And she said she doesn't wear that on her chest because she said nobody wants to help something that is self sufficient or stand on its own. So when I have my moments of weakness, people think my whole world fell apart. When in reality, it's just like I had a stumble and yeah, I need a hand because I hurt myself. I need to get back up. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
she said, I don't wear the label strong black woman for that reason. And she
Yeah.
said, now, am I self sufficient? Can I take care of myself? Absolutely. She
Yeah.
said, but you don't have to label me a strong black woman because of it. But I was hashtag strong black woman. Don't, whose song
Yeah.
is that? City Girls Say Real. Give a
Mm,
about a, I
yeah.
can't even say
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
full of,
Yeah. It's so many
yeah.
cuss words you can't even bleep it out. That's how when it
Yeah,
come on
I'm
the
gonna,
radio, it's silent for like 30 seconds. It's like
right. I was,
mid.
I did not care.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I do find myself in marriage being softer and,
Mm-hmm.
leaning into the security and stuff like that Jimmy was talking about.
Mm.
So let us know, ladies out there, share some of the things that you actually want. So to the ladies that are viewing, what are some things you want? Because we need to clue in a couple of dudes that's in here with us tonight. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me see. When I proposed, she laughed in my face.
I really did. I thought he had to be joking. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Story time.
What are
Story
you
time.
doing?
Story
What are
time,
you
friend.
doing? So
Story
there
time.
were so many different emotions that went through my mind when he proposed. First of all, I don't know if y'all know, I'm a little bit of a control freak.
A little bit.
I'm very hard to surprise. I hate surprises. I have to know what's going on at all times. That's just me. I don't it's so bad that even like when I go to when I had my kids, hey Lena, when I had my kids, I refused to get an epidural because I needed to feel the pain and what was happening to my body. That's how much I like to know what's going on. So when he came with this ring, first of all, I wanted to know, when did you go get the ring? Where was I at when you went to go buy this ring? How come I didn't know you bought this ring? What money did you use to buy this ring? I had so many questions. Like
Oh,
I wasn't even on the fart pack that he proposed. He was proposing, and it was like, why are you proposing? What? This is ghetto. What are you doing? What does this mean? When are we supposed to get married? We ain't got time for that. We already had one kid. There was so all of that was running into my mind, and I couldn't say that out loud, so I just laughed. I just thought it was funny. I just laughed because I just couldn't understand how all of that happened, and I ignored it. I didn't see it happen.
mm. Look, so Lakitha answered in to us here. Lakeitha answered in. I asked the women, and to all the women who are viewing, all right, what is it that you're looking for in a man? We got provider, protector, and a leader. Ooh, that leader part, sis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I gotta give her that one. That leader part, because
And
I'm not
but leader,
blind.
go ahead, keep talking, because I'm gonna give you the definition of leader so that you know that leader and bully are two different things.
Listen, I don't know that you said that real aggressive, friend. I don't know if, okay, I don't know if I would blindly follow, but I trust him enough that if I were blind, I would still follow. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could just be like, right now, boom, here we go. But
Mm.
if I were in the situation where I
No,
had
other
no,
definitions for
you know,
leader are going or in context to a group or organization or country. A
mm.
person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. So maybe we
So
don't want to
what's the
lead.
definition of lead? Like, what's the definition of lead? Hold up.
And then
Excuse
the
me.
second the
One
second
moment.
definition says the principal player in a music group.
It said, girl, I put in lead. It says lead, a chemical element with the symbol PB.
I don't know.
All right,
Maybe
hold on. Look. I got one. All right, so to cause a person or animal to go with one by holding them by hand, halter, rope, etc., while moving forward.
look at it.
The
Look.
This is not working.
It's not. It's not. We just gonna let it go. We just gonna let it go.
Dad
Look.
got the ring for me because you was on my back.
Oh wait, where you going? Where you
Oh,
at? Who you with? What time is it? Why you ain't called me? It's been 15 minutes.
I'm so done. She said, well,
I'm
no,
not that
Tafia's
bad now, but we were
birthday.
young.
I'm so done. She got provider, protector. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for me, my husband and I, before we got engaged or anything, we had talked about it quite a bit, right? And so I remember leaving for Thanksgiving with my family. We went Black Friday shopping. I bought a TV. I'll never forget this jump, bro. I rode back from South Florida with my brother, his wife, and their children, and we rode
Mm-hmm.
back in to Orlando. And they dropped me off at my husband's job. And so when they dropped me off at his job, I remember getting out and showing him this big behind TV I hadn't got. And I made a joke to him. He says to me, he goes, so what you want for Christmas? I said, bruh, a ring, right? That was my
Mm-hmm.
comment. So ha ha ha, whatever. Time rolls on. And we did discuss about getting married and things like that. And then it was like on Christmas was gonna be the day, right? Christmas
Mm-hmm.
had rolled on, honey. Christmas had come. Christmas had happened. We had exchanged presents. I bought him a PS something, one of the PlayStations, right? One of the
Mm-hmm.
PlayStations I bought him. And he opens it. He's all excited and stuff like that. Now, my god baby was there. She opened her Christmas presents. I had Christmas presents for the other kids. And I was just like, where's my present? You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a present. And I just saw it coming. So I guess that was his way of, I have a control problem too. So I
Yeah.
guess that
Yeah.
was his way of controlling it because Christmas was almost over. I had already
We are
watched Dream.
definitely one and the same when it comes to that.
Listen,
It,
I had already watched Dreamgirls. Me and my god baby was curled up on the couch. This joker was in the bedroom. I woke up to my god baby saying, she calls him the poster. So she was like, the poster is calling you. And I was like, I don't care.
mm,
Because at this point I was mad. You know what I mean? I was annoyed.
yeah.
And so when I finally got up, I go in there and this joker was on his
Terrible.
knee. And friend, you know my husband. So for him to be on his
Yeah.
knee.
Yeah. You all right?
So I'm like, and then he was just like, so will you marry me? And I looked at him
Aw.
like this, and he was like, "Babe, come on, man, I'm down here. I got to get up." Like he was like, and I was like, "Sure, why not? Okay, sure, why not? Whatever, just why not? Whatever." And then, of course, I ran outside and called literally everybody, but I
Yeah.
was still like, "Sure, why not?" I'm all passive and stuff
Okay, I
because I'm
guess.
annoyed.
I'm not doing
I
anything.
guess. I guess. So you put that one up on the screen, but you said you wanted to elaborate on how you felt about leader.
No. Okay. So I feel as though, when people say a leader, like and your mom put a definition up there that A leader is someone with a vision and a path to realizing it. But the whole concept with the leader is a leader is personable and leads us together in an amicable manner. It's not does not mean that you are like ruler over me. Like that was the other word I was thinking. It's not. It
You're like
doesn't
a
mean you're
guide.
huh.
I said you're
Yeah,
like a guide.
you're a guide. Yeah, a
Yeah.
moral guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that definition too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A
Mm-hmm.
person who advises or shows the way to others. Hmm.
I'm done. You and your sister. Her response was also sure. Why not? Sure. Why not?
Listen, yeah, why not? At this point, whatever. We can do this. But
I
yeah,
just
I
remember,
like
and I remember my aunt. My aunt was there. It was one of my aunts and my mom, and she's crying. Oh my god, this is so beautiful! And in the middle of her crying, she goes, "Wait, you didn't answer," because I was still in my head percolating, like, "How did I miss this? How did this get past me?" And then I was like, "Oh yes, yes, I will." But it took me a while, so everybody kind of got nervous. Like, is she gonna answer?
Listen, I'm about to pull some teeth tonight because what do you mean your rock and your support? Your rock, like your foundation. Like, do you not stand on your own first and then add him to your structure, or do I build my base on him?
Mm. I see how that could be misinterpreted. I know what she mean, but
Tell me.
I believe she mean like my rock mean like if I'm down, I can depend on you to pick me up. Like
Gotcha.
you're that solid constant in my life that
Okay.
I could always lean on you for if I need to.
Mm. Okay. 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 So
Mm-hmm.
the next thing we have here is like, what beliefs were passed down? What did you hear about, what you should have or want as a woman in your adult life when you were coming up? What kind of stuff
Yeah.
did you hear?
Now see, I feel like I didn't have the traditional family of women. Um I don't know how else to call them, but I come from a long line of loose women, and they did what they wanted to when they wanted to. Wasn't no man about to hold them down. So I didn't have that. Like, oh, you got to do this for your man. You got to be like this. You got to dress like this. Speak like this. I didn't have that. I come from a long line of thugs.
I had to mute myself for a second. Friend, you said you said loose women.
Loose women. There's some loose women in the family.
Oh
So
man, yeah, no.
I didn't and then maybe that's why for
Ooh.
me, like anything I ever wanted or I needed to do, I never thought about the fact that I need a man if I want to buy a house, or I need a man to be there for me if I want to go out, or this is probably why, like, we had this conversation before too. Like my husband was
Oh, I
working
can't.
nights. My husband was working nights and I was not. And so a lot of times it would be our friends who are also married would be like, "Oh, we going to such and such. Where's Jimmy?" And I'll be like, "He at work, but I'll go." And I was like, I have no problem being the third, fifth, or seventh wheel because I want to go. I'm not waiting for him. When he
I
here,
don't
we go
mind.
together.
Now, see, let's be real. I don't mind being the third wheel if it's you and Jimmy, because y'all like my brother and my sister, so
Mm-hmm.
we chilling. But I don't think I have that kind of relationship with anybody else. Like, if it's not a family member that I'm going out doing that with,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know. I'm just weird that way. I can't. I'd be like, oh, like I missed the whole Halloween
I'm
party, girl,
going.
because my
No,
husband couldn't come.
if I want to go, I'm going. And
Mm-mm.
like I said, that might be from that upbringing. Like my aunts and stuff. If we going, we going. It don't matter if he want to go, he can go too. But if he don't, all right, I'll catch you later.
All right, so right here, you said you came from a line of. I'm not gonna repeat how you said it, but she said so. You knew what to do, like basically when you became a woman. Did you know what to do by seeing their example?
No, I just okay. So I think for me, especially going into a marriage, and I went to a marriage young, I have a unique situation. My husband and I have been together since we were 15. So as a couple,
Wait, one moment. Carry on.
as a couple, as teenagers, you have all these visions and these dreams of, oh, when we get married, we're gonna do this. When we have a daughter, we're gonna do this. When we have a son, we're gonna do this. So I am blessed to say that we created our life together. So it was almost like we just had a vision board of a relationship, and it would be things that we would see other people do that we would be like, no, that ain't gonna be us. And then we would see other couples that do certain things, and we'd be like, oh, that's nice, that's a nice idea. So we were able to build together. So it was never me seeking his approval or never really him seeking my approval. It was like when we came to a crossroads with something, it was like, okay, what happened? Like, why are we not talking? Or why this? Or how did you come to the conclusion that that was okay? It was always like that because I guess the lack of example led us into. Now, my husband had one. His mom and dad have been together for 50 years. We need a round of applause for them.
Hold on, I have to, girl, I have to get to the button sometimes, and I was
Yes.
kind of scanning the notes at the same time.
And
Go ahead.
so that was about the closest thing we had to a married relationship. And the same thing, when we looked at them, it was things I said, okay, that's cool, but oh hell no, we're not doing that. I will
Fair
not
enough.
be this person. You will not be that person, certain characteristics. And I think that's what's important that a lot of people miss, especially in the early stages of their relationship. You be so in the pleasing stage, like, oh, he likes this, oh, she likes that you kind of lose yourself into trying to appease the other person.
Mm,
And
yes,
some
and
people do
see.
that for years.
Mm,
Some people do that for years, and that makes my heart hurt.
mm. Well, I did. I grew up. I grew up with the same example that you're saying Jimmy had. So, in my family, I grew up more so like connected with my dad's side of the family. I didn't see a whole ton of my mom's side growing up. I saw them from time to time, but the main examples I had were on that side, and then of course my parents. So my
Mhm.
parents have been married now for how old is my brother? I think it's been 42 years for them.
Mhm.
I've got an aunt who just celebrated her 50th anniversary. My dad's
They
brother,
was
they
holding it
about
down
to,
all around you.
yeah, my uncle, my
Mhm.
dad's oldest brother, over 50 years. My dad's baby brother, I don't know how many years is this now, 30 something, for them. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna give it up all four of those groups right there. Boom, there's that. All right,
Mhm.
so that's the example I grew up seeing. So I came up seeing marriages, but the only thing I can say is that whole opportunity to see, no, I won't do that. I grew up in an environment where we did not see them argue or
Mhm.
disagree and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like I was probably an adult. Like I was a lad or teen before I saw my parents just outright disagree.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like just outright, all out, just like no. Like they're not
Mhm.
happy with what the other one has said or done or whatever. But we didn't see that as children. And
Yeah.
I didn't it was consistent in my
Mhm.
family. So if I
Mhm.
went to my auntie them house, I wasn't seeing it over
You
there. If
never
I went
saw them either. Yeah.
no, I never saw that. So I didn't know what a married argument looked like. I still technically don't know other than when I be losing it on my husband.
Yeah. Or
That's all
me
I
losing
really
it
know.
on Jimmy.
Oh, that the only person that can make you happy is you. If you're busy making somebody else happy, you don't understand your own happiness. Oh my. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. That is so true.
Where
Nobody else
was
can
the
make
oh
you
my
happy
at
but
the end?
yourself. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was meant to give the juice that I gave it. Um
Okay.
but but yeah, I don't know that I saw those conflicting examples when I was growing up. And
Mhm.
so with not seeing that, and the only example I had was the handful of times they let me go over to somebody's house, and I just thought those that my friends' parents were just nuts. All right, I
Mhm.
just thought they were nuts. I'm like,
Yeah.
she talks to your dad that way, or
Yeah.
he talks to your mom that way. Like
Oh,
I just
wow.
couldn't. I couldn't believe it. It was just foreign. You know what I
I
mean?
I
And
do I
so,
do I do feel like from the women in my life is why I was strong enough to know like what I would and wouldn't will and will not put up with. Like that strength in knowing, yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I like that. Like that, and never really feeling like I had to turn into something to appease my husband. I give them that.
yeah, I love that too.
Mhm.
I do love to hear that as well. Now, those were lessons that I learned on my on my journey.
Yeah.
So, it was the way I learned those same values though was by seeing how my father treated my mom
Mhm.
and seeing how my uncles treated my aunts.
Yeah.
So, by seeing how they treated them, that's when I started to form not necessarily what I won't do,
This
but it
this
was
is
more.
this is Jimmy. This is Jimmy being funny. You got to go on sleepovers.
I
It should
never
have been
said
a
I slept. I
it
was
should have been
awake.
a que-
I was
it
in a
should have been a
wakeover.
it should have been a question mark at the end. No, she said she was at her friend house. She ain't spending the night.
And I'm gonna tell you, if these good 2 feet couldn't take me 2 houses down, I 9 times out of
Mhm.
10 wasn't going. I had one
Mhm.
friend when I was in school that lived on the other side of the big curve. Like there's a big curve where I was at in middle high school, middle and
Okay.
high school. And that curve had a bunch of complexes all the way around it, like houses. And we lived on the first side of the curve. She lived on the other side of the curve. So my parents would take me around that little bend right there to go to her house. And yes, I
Mhm.
did spend the night, but I had to be a junior or senior in high school by the time that even took place. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was tragic. Um, but yeah, that example of how they treated them and how they showed them love, that's how I learned. Um, that's how I learned what I wanted, not necessarily what I wouldn't handle, but anything less than what I saw, I knew wasn't for me. So anything
Yeah.
less than what I saw going on, I knew it wasn't for me. But as far as examples and things like that that were given, I've shared with the viewers before that I fix my husband's plate. Of course, when I cook, if
Mhm.
I cook, I do, and it's not because I have to; it's because I want to. Can we
Mhm.
run? Can we run that back? It's not because I
Mm.
have to; it's
It's
because I
because
want
you
to.
want to.
Give that up.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
right. So we're gonna make that clear. Not because I have to, because I
Mhm.
want to. All right. But that is a belief that was passed down in my family is fixing my husband a plate. And I've explained it to you, friend. I feel like I explained it a few episodes back to when we talked about the men roll and women roll.
Yeah.
But it's I do it because I was basically shown the example. Your man goes out every day. Your spouse goes out every day and they work, and I know we work too. Okay, we work too.
Mhm.
But it's like he goes out there and he does everything that other people are telling him to do all day. When he
Mhm.
comes home, the least I could do is make him feel like he's in charge here and fix him a
Mhm.
plate and give him that. Now granted, my husband ain't gonna eat his food till I come sit down anyway.
Mm.
But like I just, I can you making that face. You don't come for Jimmy. But he's not gonna eat it until I sit down anyway. So with that, it's just I don't know. It's I do it because I know in if nowhere else in the world he is doing something,
Appreciated, or especially the way
appreciated.
they treat black men now.
Right here is where he got it at. That's just
Mhm.
that. And I'm not gonna get too deep because I was, yeah.
We
Go
gonna
ahead.
we gonna
What's
do that
next?
halfway. We're gonna do that halfway thing, or are we skipping that today?
Oh, well, we're gonna do the halfway thing. Y'all listen,
Okay.
if you didn't already know, we are brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel. Okay, give it up one time for the Dianu. Listen, these are quality clothes. They are giving our viewers 15% off of their purchases by using promo code Melanin Mindset. Okay. You all say 15% clearance included just by simply using promo code Melanin Mindset. And every time that you all are shopping, we do get notifications in our inbox saying, congratulations on another sale, because Dianu does support the Melanin Mindset and helps us continue to bring you all amazing
Mhm.
content. So either click on that link down below or shop Dianu.com and use promo code Melanin Mindset at checkout and save 15%. Friend, I'm about to run it. We'll be right back, y'all. What's good, Mindset family? The Melanin Mindset is thrilled to announce we are the newest brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel. Dianu Apparel is a black owned apparel company that offers trendy African inspired prints in each and every garment. They're offering our listeners 15% off their purchases just by using promo code Melanin Mindset. There's something for him, there's something for her, and there's even something for the kids. So head right over to dianu.com using the description link down below, or just simply enter Melanin Mindset at checkout and save today. One time for the one time, one more time. Thank y'all so much for hanging out and waiting on us to get back. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're viewing on YouTube. Y'all, next week is our 1 year episode. Give it up one more time. 1 year episode. Next year. Good gracious. Next week, Monday, we will be celebrating our official first year, or the culmination of season one,
Mm-hmm.
Melanin Mindset.
Yes.
Yes, we about to start season 2 of the Melanin Mindset, y'all. All right, so we are bringing it to a close, our first year. Tomorrow is our official 1 year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the 7th is our 1 year. 1 year ago, on the 8th, I'm sorry,
On
we
the
did
8th. Yep.
our very first live stream, y'all. And I mean, it's crazy because it's already been a year. Friend, I was looking back through a couple of the clips and a couple of the videos, and I'm like, our backgrounds changed, our hair colors changed, your
Well, mine
hairstyle
changes.
changed
Mine changes
every
about every episode.
every two
I was
episodes or so.
consistent. I had a wig I called the Melanin Mindset wig. I was pretty consistent with her the most, but she probably still only got about 5 shows.
I'm so done. I'm so done. But yeah, we definitely have been doing the thing for a year now, and that is bonkers to my brain.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Y'all give it up. Y'all come on, light up the chat. But yeah, if you haven't already, once again, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to see some numbers, okay? And we're out there on Instagram as well as Twitter, Melanin Mindset _. Shout out, as always, to the 2 people on Twitter who watch us. Thank you.
Mm-hmm,
If you could
mm-hmm.
just drop us a comment one day, we'd appreciate it. And we're out there as well on TikTok, the Melanin Mindset. So, friend, let's get back. Oh, wait, we didn't show the picture. You want to talk about
Oh
the picture before we put it
yeah.
up?
Okay, so my daughter, um, she trying to be like me. But anyway, her and her boyfriend have been together for 4 years now, and they decided to do a photo shoot. And they did one of their outfits was a Dianu apparel. So we were going to share that with you guys. Yes.
Oh, we love
So
young love, y'all. We love young
yeah,
love.
they're so cute.
Mm. All right, so let's get back into it, friends. So the next thing I see on here is how do you dress, wearing your
Okay,
hair,
yeah,
how
let's
you
let's
talk.
yeah, let's go into that because I think that was something that was a conversation too that we had that I kind of entered into this. Like if you met me, right? Let's say that I was someone who liked to dress in short dresses, low cut shirts and blouses. And, that's how you met me. And now we're in a relationship. And for whatever reason, you decide that you're uncomfortable with me dressing this way. Like, what made you uncomfortable all of a sudden? Like, what would have made you change how oh, okay, Stan.
I don't know. That I can't answer that. We're gonna have to ask the guys to
Mm-hmm.
answer that.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to ask the guys to answer that.
It seems that many don't know what they want. So how would we? And then
Mm,
that's where I think it stems from. It's from I don't think it's so much that they don't know what they want, more so than men not accepting what they want and not accepting that what they want changes.
that's true. Because think of it this way. You know how there's some couples who've been together 50, 60, 70, 80 years, and they still look at their spouse and smile. I'll use my aunt and my uncle as an example. My great aunt and my great uncle, They have been married. I saw a picture of my auntie in a hot dress. You hear me? It was
Mhm.
a sepia scale color photo, but she was
Mhm.
standing in front of a house and you could see her kneecaps in her dress, honey.
Mhm.
Apparently that was risque back then. Y'all don't show them knees.
Mhm.
But she was standing there with a hand on her hip, standing in front of a house, and she was cute. You hear me? But
Mhm.
it's like he still looks at her like that's the woman
Yeah.
that's in his kitchen fixing him a plate. It's crazy. It's like
Yeah.
we came over to her house and she still was just like, no, let me get you a snack. And my auntie is well over 80. Okay. And she's like, let
Mhm.
her get, but, and then it's like the way my uncle looked at her when she comes across the room or when she's talking. It's just, I don't know. It's like what you want does change. And that's evident because
Mhm.
it's like for you to be together all that time and you still look at her almost like that's what you see when you look at her. Clearly, what you want has changed
Yeah.
because now that's what you want. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And also too, what, like, my 40-year-old self doesn't have the same desires and dreams as my 20-year-old self. You know what I mean? Because my 40-year-old self has lived some life and had some experience and realized, okay, maybe I need to go this path instead of that path. What was that saying? I didn't read that one.
You read in the comment section.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't. Okay. It's the bowels word. They keep coming in here. Like, I don't think I'm pretty sure my husband is doing talk to text, and the older he gets, that Haitian accent is coming out. But I believe it's supposed to say
It's supposed to
bow,
be bow.
bow
Yes, bow.
down to
Now, hold
praise
up. Why
him
can't we do the
eye
melanin
to
mindset
eye.
like we did bow? Because
Okay,
that
I
was
got it.
together.
I know what he's trying to say.
Take
So
it.
he says that the confusion with a lot of men is that they feel like if they put their woman up on a pedestal, that it's like I'm putting her above me. But if I put my woman on a pedestal, she is more prone to bow down to me and we meet eye to eye. That's what he's trying to say it like that.
Now, listen, I'm going to just be real with you. I like
Mm-hmm.
that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like if you set,
My
if
mama
you put
told me to
her,
leave Jimmy alone. I know exactly what he doing.
listen,
Trying to
that
speak extra proper and Google over there, like, what is this man talking about?
it's the fact when it said bowels, that's when I took it off the screen. Cause I need to stop putting stuff up on the screen before I read it in the first place.
I keep
But I
telling
put
you
it on the
that.
screen, and it's
I
a
know
year
why.
too, a whole year, and I put it on the screen because I trusted it. I trusted it, okay? And so I put it on the screen and I saw bowels and I'm like, whoa, wrong conversation, not tonight. I thought it was the banana thing all over again. I thought it was the banana thing all over again. But let's give it up one more time for Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy, that is so true. Because if you set her up high enough, she can look down and bow down basically to you or be
Mm-hmm.
susceptible to submitting.
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes.
we also talked about that. That girl, we've talked about a lot of junk in a year.
We
Submission
have.
is
We
not a
have.
dirty
Even
word.
when we put this topic together, I was like, it's really just little snippets from all the other stuff we talked about.
Clearly, because I keep referring back. Oh man. So women, do you all find yourselves changing or giving up on your personal desires for your spouse or your relationship or significant other? Do you find yourself
Whether
doing
it
that?
be forced or you just think it's the right thing to do.
Right. Like maybe you used to be like, bad, I can't even say it because there's so many words in these songs. You can't even. But yeah, 30-inch hair, down there, and then
Mm-hmm.
you getting ready to get with somebody like, nah, let me stick with my 20 max, because
Yeah.
you're now looking to be in a relationship. Do you do those types of things? I have not changed the way I talk. Now, I do sound substantially different when I talk with my family than when I talk in on a regular basis. Just like I
I
sound
don't think
different when I
so.
I you think I don't?
I don't think so. You are
No?
very consistent and you sound the same all the time.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Even
Well,
when
I
even
know.
even when you code switch, Your tone and stuff doesn't change, just the words you choose to use change.
Valid. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
we that was an episode too, friend. He said remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, but no, I know that I can be a little
Yep.
country when I'm with my cousins. I'll say it like that. When I talk with my cousins, I can be quite country. And
Yes.
I didn't change that at all. When I get
Yeah.
around them and I get real comfortable and I just start talking whatever, like shoot, still I still play the tambourine in church. Right next
Mm-hmm.
to him, and he's just gonna have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
He be looking
Yeah.
like, babe. I be
Like it.
tearing it up too.
So what
Oh
about
man.
like do oh let's talk about this hair for a second. Because I do my husband particularly, I can't even get him to tell me like if there's a hairstyle he likes more than others because this has been me forever. Like I'm this person this week. I am somebody completely new next week. If you guys just go scroll through the Melanin Mindset YouTube, you can see how many different hairstyles I've had. So my husband, we ain't gonna count him on this, and he don't need to comment. But when men have a preference of hair that is contradictory to your preference of hair, do you concede to what he wants?
Are you asking the viewers? Because
I'm
they're
asking
asking me.
everybody. I'm asking the viewers. I'm asking you.
You gotta
Like, do
ask
you?
me.
Because I got a story time. Y'all know I got a story time. I'm a hairstylist, so I had this client come in, and this was back. I don't know if y'all remember. Remember when everybody was getting the really dramatic bobs and shaving that hair underneath? Right? I was the bomb at that. I was doing
I
that on
was on that
everybody.
wave, honey. I was on that wave.
So this
Yes.
girl came in. She was so excited. She wanted to get this bob. And she kept saying, "Oh my God, my mom's gonna kill me. Huh? Everybody gonna love this. This about to be it." Did her bob, honey. When I tell you she was so happy when I was done. Girl left all happy, showed the picture to her mom. Her mom was like, "Oh my God, you cut your hair." Girl, good times, right? 2 days later,
Mm.
this girl husband came back to the salon with her, walked up to me and goes, "I don't care what you have to do, put it back." She had a bag of extensions. He was like, "I feel like I'm sleeping with a man." And I was like, "Girl, you was in here talking about your mama. You ain't tell me you had a crazy husband at home that was going to be upset about your hair. Like, I didn't understand." So, like, is that a thing? Like, yes, Ganja. He told me fix it. I don't care what you have to do, fix it. Put it back. I believe he said,
Um.
put it back.
Woo! Listen. All right. So when it comes to hair, and hey, I see a hey Auntie
Mm-hmm.
Nappy out there. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
So when it
He
comes
thought
down to
about
the hair
He-Man.
situation, I'm so done. When it
He-Man
comes
had the
down to
best
that,
bob.
when it comes down to the hair situation, when I first got with my husband, I had natural hair. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
had that. I had a twa.
You had a twa. You had a
Listen, we'll have to tell y'all about the
twa.
twa later. But I
Mm-hmm.
had a twa. Okay, and so I was very prone to extensions and stuff like that. He did not see my twa. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I my friend, she used to slay my bobs and my weaves and stuff like that for me, and I go on my merry little way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But he just wasn't gonna see the twa. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Twa is a
Now
teeny weeny afro for those who need clarification. TWA, teeny weeny afro. Mm-hmm.
all right. So with that, he wasn't gonna see that. Like I just couldn't let it happen. He did see my hair in like my puff state, like when it was long enough to put the curls and stuff. He did
Yeah.
see that. Now he was not crazy about natural hair. It just wasn't his
Hmm.
thing. Not at all. But he ain't go nowhere. Clearly. But
Yeah.
he wasn't crazy about the natural hair. And so I was aware that he wasn't crazy about natural hair. I was semi crazy, but not married to it. I just knew that I couldn't put any more relaxers because my hair, it either burned really, really bad when the relaxer touched my head,
Yeah.
or
It
my
was time.
hair,
You was
yeah,
outgrowing it.
I was done. So I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't one of those people who was just jumping off the natural bandwagon. It just happened. But he didn't care about that. And with that, I would put extensions and style my hair, not necessarily for him, but just kind of for me to cope, you know. But then
Mhm.
when it came down to me locking my hair, he was not a fan.
Really?
He was not a fan.
I do
No.
remember that. I do remember that.
He
I
was not a
definitely remember
fan.
that.
He was not a fan at all. Like
Mhm.
not even a little bit, like at all. I went ahead and did it. He finally caved one time and let me do it. And what's the craziest part is I had locks on our 1 year anniversary. I had just got my hair locked in January. And I
Yeah.
got my now listen, from January to May, May was
Mhm.
when I got my first hairstyle with my
Mhm.
locks. So you can only imagine what he had to look at from January to May.
Mhm. Mhm. Them little bugs, them little caterpillars.
When I look back at pictures of my hair when I first locked it, friend, it's embarrassing. Y'all let me walk around looking like that. And it's not okay. It's not okay. My hair was not always this. Okay. It was not always
Mhm.
this. But now when I
Mhm.
talk about cutting my hair, he just be like, I don't understand women. He actually just said that the other day. He's like, I don't understand you. I don't understand you.
Mhm.
Because I told him, I showed him a little emoji thing with the bob, and my hair was like it was cut like this, but it wasn't cut. It
Mhm.
was just the way the carrots came out. So I was like,
Oh,
hey, look at that. And it was like fitted right here. Now listen, viewers, tell me that's not cute. That would be cute if I cut them.
you not about to cut them locks,
But
girl.
what I'm saying is if I cut them, it would be cute. And so
I
he was just like,
guess.
I don't understand. So I'm not gonna cut them because I probably will never cut them. But as far as him, he has definitely moved and shook a little bit, just like I deal with his hair.
Yeah.
It's I can't see him any other way now though.
Mhm.
So what
Let,
about you,
let,
friend? Have you
me-
done anything to concede to him?
now I told you no, because he doesn't have any hair requirements, for lack of a better term. But I definitely did.
Look,
I definitely did. She wasn't growing. If you right, you right. I
he said I
I
wasn't going for him having the hair either, and I wasn't.
yeah. I definitely was not with. I love a cut. I love a fresh haircut. I love a fresh
I wish I had a
haircut. A
picture
brother
uploaded.
with a nice edge and oh,
Mm.
I love it.
Woo!
So my husband recently, a year now, he's coming up on his year of locks. He decided to lock his hair. I was totally against it. But the joy and peace I see in him coming into his own, because he's always kept his haircut. You know how we were, like, make sure you well groomed. You don't want to offend nobody. Make sure this, make sure that. And now that he's comfortable in his hair, like he has this thing that he does that annoys me. He's always playing with it, but I can see him like discovering his hair texture that he never felt before, and seeing how long it could grow and things like that. So that is what, like, I enjoy seeing him happy with himself. But just locks in general, not my thing.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. That was the biggest thing for me when I locked my hair. At first, I was just so gung ho about the journey that I didn't
Hmm.
realize how I looked. Like I said, my first year from January to May, I had no idea I looked like that. And I've got a lot of pictures to back it up. The fact that I didn't realize I looked that bad, because I got pictures of me posing, y'all. I'm grinning, and I'm like,
You need to do like one of them quick compilation videos, like how long you had your locks, like the journey. That would be cool, because then you only put them up there for 3 seconds. Let it go by really fast.
okay, I could do that. I could do that. I'm gonna do that. That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna do
Hmm.
that. Yeah, from my last press up until yeah, I'm gonna do that. When I
Yeah.
cut it off until I locked it. But yeah, I definitely found myself embracing myself more when I locked my hair. I found myself embracing myself more when I locked my hair. What did you break, friend? Why are you making that face?
Because that's not what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to put them up on the screen. I was trying to click on it and see what options were there, because I don't think I ever paid attention. But okay. And nothing.
You just
I'm sorry. I
you
had an
just
ADD
pinned it.
moment. My bad.
You pinned it to the top of the chat.
See, I'm touching too much stuff. How do
All
you
right,
unpin?
so my mom said my husband prefers long hair, but since he knows that if it's long, the only style I wore was a ponytail. What are you
Sorry,
doing,
I
friend?
tried to fix it. I tried to fix it.
We love Jimmy. She loves you too, and I
Yeah,
think that's why she can't. Her fingers cannot keep from clicking it. So please tell him you love him so we
I
can
love
pull
you
the next comment.
too.
There you go.
Yeah, I was trying to
Oh,
click on Denise's because you were reading it.
but it was already on the screen. I wore a
I
ponytail,
know.
so
My
he
bad.
leaves her alone now. So she said her dad, my dad prefers long hair, but since he knows all she does is wear a ponytail, he'll leave it alone. Because
Mm.
my mom's hair grows ridiculously
It
long.
really does grow really fast.
Yeah, it grows ridiculously long, and with that, she cut it all off, y'all. We're not gonna talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Let me
but
ask
yeah,
this question.
I've definitely found myself loving more like my appearance since I locked my hair. So yeah, that
Yeah.
plays a
Okay,
part.
so this question is for the brothers.
Mm,
Like, how do you feel when your woman disagrees with you? Like, and while you guys are answering or thinking of your answer, like what is your initial reaction to your woman disagreeing with you? And I asked this question because I think when it's like, if we go back to what somebody said, oh, I cut off. What happened?
no, she talking about I cut it. I cut it
Oh,
because she
oh,
told me
you
to.
cut it
She's
off.
my mother.
Yeah. What we it seems like, and just from my observation, you guys know I observe people. Um, it seems like because you're supposed to be the leader, back to what was that first comment, like I want a leader. Because you're a leader doesn't mean that I'm always going to 100% agree with you. But it just seemed like men be so shook when women disagree with them. Whereas, like we'll be like, all right, whatever, I said what I said and move on with life. But it's like it'll keep coming back. But how you gonna say, no, bruh, I said I disagree. You gonna have your thoughts. I mean, my thoughts. We gonna go on. Sometimes trying to relate my thoughts is my thoughts to her is hard. Okay.
His first comment was confused at first, but I've learned to listen and understand, try to understand where she's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
My husband just put a confused face.
Mm-hmm. You confused. Like, how could you disagree with me? Depends on the disagreement. Most of the time, I could care less because the disagreement is not going to go anywhere. Exactly, exactly. But I just see so many people get worked up over the disagreement, and most of the time, it be the littlest stuff. Like that man walking back in the salon with that lady hair because she cut her hair. Like, really? Was it you had to put on all of that scene? Like, I was working in it was crowded. It was a Saturday. Everybody was working.
No,
The whole salon got quiet. All you could hear was a commercial on the TV. And everybody was looking like you did all of that because you didn't like her haircut. She could have
too
came there by
much.
herself.
Right, because I guess homie said he fix it.
Fix it. He said, put it back. Fix it. I don't care what you have to
Oh
do.
my
Fix
gosh,
it.
no. All right, so
Mhm.
they said they're confused. They be confused. Do you
Mm.
think of how we feel
We
when
be
you do the
confused
same?
too. That's why we be like, all right, whatever.
That's a question, though. That's a question. That's a question. Do y'all consider how we feel when you come with it or when you don't agree with what we might have to say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real. I'm definitely married to a somewhat yes man.
Mm.
So it's a lot of times he will say yes. Sometimes I have to tell him like, babe, you could tell me no
Mm-hmm.
because he's just like he doesn't want to say no. But it's like I guess because of our types of personalities, he knows when I come, I've already played out all the scenarios before I
Child,
come to
sis
say
done
it.
did all the research and everything, and it's probably a good idea. So let's just go ahead and do it.
But no, it's sometimes I'm just like no, no, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be like, "What do you mean never mind?" I said yes, and I'm like, "Nah, never mind. It's all right."
That's annoying. I have seen that be very annoying to men. It's like if you already that's go back to Stan compliment when he said they seem like they don't know what they want. So how the hell we know?
Oh man.
That could be very
Oh man.
confusing.
Yeah. What does this say here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm far removed from argument stages. I don't try her side of things and then come to
You don't
terms
try to
that we have
understand.
to. Mm, no. Oh, he
You
said,
don't.
I do try to understand her side of things, then come to terms that we have different perspectives. And yes, Stan, that's a big one. I'm going to give you an
That
applause for that.
you s- that you get to sit at the
Wow.
adult table this year. You get to sit at the
Wow.
adult table that year. That was some grown up stuff right there.
That was grown. Wow. I normally it'd be all kinds of crazy stuff coming from Stan. That was a good one. Stan, one more time. Stan, don't be closing us out strong. Don't be closing us out strong.
Yes.
And then I do want to get this last one out before we go because we just did let's talk about sex. And I
He
have to
gotta
get this
mess it
one
up.
out.
Do you see the last comment?
Oh
He just had
man.
he just had to mess it up. Not she being a woman today. You're fired. You go back to the kitty table now.
I celebrated you in
You are
everything.
back at the kitty table. We just put you at the grown up table.
I mean, Stan, I gave two applause to you, Stan, two. Two.
Yay.
All right, so I want to hit number 11 real quick before we got to know, friend. Do men care if women are satisfied? And most women are not satisfied by you. There I go, not reading the
What?
whole sentence.
Then you go reading stuff before you reading. First of all, you didn't even read the category. So it's sex. When it
Hmm.
comes to sex, do men even care if a woman is satisfied?
I did open up with saying we just recently did an episode. Let's talk about sex. So I got to
Yes.
get these last 2 points out. And
Yes.
I did. I set myself up that time, friend.
Yes.
I learned a little something in the past year.
Like, do men even care if a woman I mean, I don't know because I'm not in nobody else's bed. But like, do you have conversations about like what you like and what you don't like? And we went to a conference, a marriage conference, with our church. And that of course you can't have a marriage conference and we're not gonna talk about sex. We're gonna talk about sex. And one of the things that they gave us like as homework was to explore. So to go to actually touch certain parts of your body and really see what you like and don't like. Because a lot of us, especially if you got into a marriage or relationship further along in life and you've already been sexually active, you have these preconceived notions of what women like, what men like, and what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to sound like, all those types of things. So like, I always often wonder, like, do men even care? Because I'm a hairdresser, y'all. I hear a lot. I hear a lot. It's a lot of men out here dropping the ball. There's a lot of brothers out here dropping the ball. They don't even know what a ball is. Okay, please are not a teaser.
It's him backing him up though.
That's a t-shirt. That's a
That is a
t-shirt.
t-shirt. I'm gonna put that's gonna be my 1 year shirt. My 1 year shirt gonna say
I'm a pleaser, not a teaser. That's funny.
oh man. But no, in all sincerity though, do you all really actually care whether or not she is satisfied before you finish your race?
Mm.
That's a good
Mm-hmm.
way to put it. Before you finish the
Mm-hmm.
race, do you even care? Do you even care?
Yeah.
And that is probably the biggest cherry on top of the what women want, and it's only because it's a lot of times that is a conflicted expectation when you
Mm-hmm.
come conflicting expectations when you come in the bedroom. You
Yes.
think this is what we want when in
Yeah.
reality,
This is what I saw on TV. This is what I saw in this video. Like,
right?
understand that is entertainment.
He said the fellas got us out here looking bad, right?
Mm.
Listen,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that part. But friend, it is about that time for us to go ahead and bring it around. We do have guys in the chat that are saying no 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 no. That's not the case. So we're gonna go ahead and drop
And
that
that's
one right
good. So
there.
I'm very hopeful for these unsatisfied women who come get their hair done. I'm going to let them know there are some brothers out there that are pleasers, not
But
teasers.
all of the but wait, friend, did you realize the brothers who said that are all taken? So I don't know about the other guys out there, but I'm a rub.
I think it'll still give them hope. I think it'll still give them hope.
Little hope, little hope, little hope. All
Mm-hmm.
right, y'all. Well, next year, what do you want to tell us? Oh, it is time for the tip of the week, friend.
Mm.
So I don't have a tip. I'm gonna let you give them a tip, but I just want to thank everybody who is viewing for supporting us for this past year. Oh my gosh. Next year is our 1 year episode, and we are definitely conceptualizing what it is that we're going to bring to you, hopefully to wow you in some way, shape, or form next week on Monday. So make sure you share this with a friend. We want our biggest turnout next week if possible. What they tell y'all on Sunday is, y'all, next week when you come into our session next week, bring a friend with you. It's Family and Friends Day next week on the Melanin Mindset, y'all. Friend, that might be a thing.
Say it again.
I said it's Family and Friends Day next Monday on the Melanin Mindset.
Okay. Okay.
That might we might could work that out. But
Mm,
y'all listen, do me a favor, for real, for real. Bring somebody with you next week. We really want our biggest turnout. Friend, go ahead and give them a tip of the week.
I'm like at a loss. I don't have a tip. Live your best life. I don't know. I don't have a tip of the week.
Well, I'm feeling a little inspirational, so I'm gonna just try and throw something together and we're gonna head out, y'all. All right. So
Mm,
listen, tonight's episode was what women really want. I want y'all to take some time out of your week to sit down with your significant other and find out what it is that they're actually looking for from you. It's not your job to guess, it's not your job to figure it out. It is their job to tell you. So sit down, talk with your spouse or your significant other, find out what it is that they're really looking for from you, and do your best to accommodate that within reason. You know what I mean? I'm not saying for you to make yourself miserable in the process, sis. I'm saying see what it is and be willing to tell him or be willing to tell her when she comes to ask you the question. Y'all, we love you, love, peace,
so
and
I
hair
got a question.
grease. Yeah,
So I got a question.
I thought, okay, go
You
ahead.
had all that in you, and you gonna tell me to do the doggone tip of the week. But
I didn't have anything.
you
I didn't
had
have
a whole,
anything.
you
I
had the
really
tip
didn't,
and the top and the whole body.
but I
Bye.
didn't. Friend, I'm not so confident in this week's outro, y'all. I'm gonna just be real with you. If you happen to see last week's or the week before last message in this outro, we still do love her nonetheless. Mwah, and we love you. Y'all, thank you again for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week, Monday, when we celebrate 1 year being live on the Flipping Melanin Mindset, y'all. Peace out, MFers.